Hey Star Warriors, StarGeek here, to count down the top 10 best scenes from Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Hang on, did I read that right? The best scenes from Attack of the Clones. I mean, are there really 10 of them? In all seriousness, while Attack of the Clones may be my least favorite film in the franchise, it does have its moments. All of the Star Wars movies deserve recognition. And to cover the rules of this list, I can consider a scene to be as long or as short as I want it to be. That means I'm not restricted by what the official lengths of the scenes are. In today's episode, we're looking at the second film of the Prequel Trilogy, Attack of the Clones. In 10th place, we have meeting the Lars family.
Oh, and Lars, this is my girlfriend, Beru.
Hello, I'm Padme.
This isn't a particularly memorable part of Attack of the Clones, but I think it's a really important one. The Lars family are some of the first people that we meet in A New Hope, and the relationship between Luke is a vital step in his character development. Attack of the Clones gave us our first look at Owen and Beru, introducing us to two key players in Luke's legacy. This scene also clarifies exactly how the Larses are connected to the Skywalker family, and why they took Luke in as an orphan. One of the best parts of the prequels is just seeing how they connect with the original trilogy, bringing out the nostalgia for all of us superfans. I mean, how cool is it to see C-3PO, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and the Lars homestead all over again?
I've come to see my mother.
I think perhaps we better go indoors.
At spot number 9 is the Droid Factory.
Oh, calm down, R2. I almost fell. You get your chance alone.
I know what you're thinking. Really? Droid Factory in 9th place? This portion of the film is an utterly shoehorned in, jumbled up mess of terrible CGI and plot holes. You must be insane to put this on the list. And I understand these complaints entirely. This scene was actually a last-minute addition to the film that George Lucas decided would just be kind of fun. But you know, as stupid as it can be at times, it really is quite a bit of fun. We get action, suspense, and comic relief throughout the factory mayhem. Near-death experiences, fights with machinery and Geonosians, and a flying R2-D2. Even if a lot of these things take away from the overall focus of the film, it's a nice distraction before the climax of the movie.
Don't move, Jedi. Take him away.
In 8th place, we have Tusken Town.
I missed you.
Now I am complete.
Yeah, we're taking a dark turn really quickly here. Shortly after meeting the Lars family, Anakin learns that his mother's been captured by Sand People. After chasing out looking for her, he discovers her captured in a small camp of Tusken Raiders. He cradles his mother as she slowly says her last words and breathes her final breaths. This leads to an abrupt slaughtering of the entire tribe. It's an incredible look into Anakin's first steps towards the dark side of the Force. Lots of people argue that we don't see Anakin's true destructive power until Revenge of the Sith, but I'd say that this scene gives us a clear glimpse at the path that he's heading towards. It's emotional, gripping, and essential to developing Anakin as a character. At 7th, we have the Clone Army.
Very impressive.
I'd hoped you would be pleased.
In general, Kamino is a pretty sterile environment. White paneling engulfs the entire screen, but inside the training facilities are the incredible forces of the clone troopers. Obi-Wan is toured around the compound, viewing the growing chambers and different types of testing systems and food courts. But walking out onto a balcony and seeing these soldiers for the first time is breathtaking. Just seeing such a huge mass of troops is incredible, and this is really the first introduction to the Republic infantry. It's a simple and, for the most part, uneventful scene, but it's an interesting look into this galaxy.
We modified their genetic structure to make them less independent than the original host.
And who was the original host?
A bounty hunter called Jango Fett.
Entering at spot number 6 is the Battle of Geonosis.
All quadrants to Sector 515.
This is not only the only battle in the movie, but also the first full-scale battle where we get to see the clone troopers jump into action. The Republic versus the Separatists in a full-scale war. The white-clad soldiers fire against huge sections of droids, giving us intense cinematic shots of laser blasts and epic destruction. Republic gunships obliterate war droids and space stations as Jedi Knights command the troops. Everything about the pacing and style of this battle is fantastic, with a very wide variety of characters, vehicles, droids, missiles, and troops filling up the screen. Making it to the halfway mark at spot number 5 are the arena creatures.
Then we decided to come and rescue you. Good job.
Our heroes are captured in a hopeless situation, with an entire arena of enemies cheering against them. They've been outsmarted, outnumbered, and soon to be overpowered by ferocious fighting beasts from throughout the galaxy. I enjoy this scene for so many reasons. The situation that the main characters are in harkens back to that spirit that the original trilogy had. Putting the heroes in a dangerous or uncomfortable circumstance and having them fight their way through it never fails to entertain. I think that the setting of the Petronaki extermination arena is perfect for this situation, and having Count Dooku watch from above adds to the threat level. The design of the creatures seems to fit right into the Star Wars universe, but still have their own unique feel to them. Watching the swift moves by both the Jedi Knights and the Naboo Senator against Acklay, Nexu, and Reek are very enjoyable, earning this skirmish 5th place. At spot number 4 is Dooku's Duel.
Powerful you have become, Dooku. The dark side I sense in you.
I've become more powerful than any Jedi.
Count Dooku, the main villain of the film, doesn't get very much screen time when you really think about it. For most of the movie, he's either off screen or just standing around, but this lightsaber duel is where his true abilities shine through. He takes on Obi-Wan and Anakin, easily dodging their swings and swiftly disarming them. Literally. But the fight definitely isn't over yet. Every 8-year-old Star Wars dream came true. Enter Grand Master Yoda. There have been a lot of complaints about how we shouldn't see Yoda battle out of principle, or how strange his sporadic flipping and jumping around looks. Even so, it's a ton of fun to watch one of the most iconic movie characters of all time battle in an energetic lightsaber duel, showcasing his talents.
Fought well you have, my old Padawan.
This is just the beginning.
In 3rd place, we have the Coruscant Chase.
Once again, you've proved, if you'll excuse me.
I hate it when he does that.
This sequence is a ton of fun. One thing that I never would have thought I wanted from Star Wars was a high-speed chase through skyscrapers, but the Coruscant pursuit proved to be incredibly enjoyable. There's plenty of fun banter between Obi-Wan and Anakin that keeps the chase colorful and lighthearted without becoming too overwhelming. Zam Wesell is unlike any character we've gotten before, a shape-shifting female bounty hunter. The busy skyways of Coruscant are incredible, both visually and orally, as the airspeeders fly past the screen. It's fast-paced, exciting, and all-around fun. I always have a blast when watching this scene, which earns it spot number 3.
You know I don't like it when you do that. Sorry, Master. I forgot you don't like flying. I don't mind flying, but what you're doing is suicide.
In 2nd place, we have the Jedi Battle Arena.
Master Windu, how pleasant of you to join us.
This party's over.
There isn't anything much better than 200 Jedi Knights showing up to crash an execution. Led by Mace Windu, these quote-unquote guardians of peace and justice are prepared to obliterate anything that comes in their path. And it may seem like a bit much for hundreds of these highly skilled Force ninjas to risk their lives to save a mere 3 people, but at least we get to see a little snapshot of what a Jedi sleepover might look like. This is a great look at super battle droids in action, powerfully charging forward alongside their flimsy counterparts. Of course, the most important part of this entire segment of the film has to be Jango Fett's death. Beheaded by Mace Windu, Jango Fett leaves a young Boba orphaned. It's an action-packed scene full of lasers, sabers, and C-3PO puns.
Now where are you taking me? This is such a drag.
Before I give you my favorite scene from Episode 2, here are some runners-up. Obi-Wan and Dooku's talk.
You must join me, Obi-Wan. And together, we will destroy the Sith.
Sonic Blast. Begun the Clone War has. Truly, deeply.
I truly, deeply love you.
Meeting Jango.
Ever made your way as far into the interior as Coruscant?
Once or twice.
Recently?
Possibly.
Death sticks.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Finally, in first place as the best scene from Attack of the Clones is Jango versus Obi-Wan.
Boba, get on board!
There is so much to talk about in this scene. As Jango Fett and Boba are fleeing Kamino in the Slave One, Obi-Wan chases after them. This leads to an awesome skirmish between the decked-out bounty hunter and the determined Jedi Knight. Jango's awesome armor comes fully equipped with all sorts of gadgets that he shows off in this duel. Obi-Wan proves to be a formidable foe, but he's no match for all of Jango's tricks, weaponry, or gigantic spaceship gun lasers. Right as Jango thinks he's won, Obi-Wan has just enough time to throw a tracking device onto his escaping ship. It isn't much more than an entertaining one-on-one match between good and bad, but it's always incredible to watch. This is my favorite scene from Attack of the Clones, earning it first place.
Oh, not good.
So that's my list on the top 10 best Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones scenes. Subscribe to StarGeek for weekly Star Wars content. If you enjoyed the video or agree with the list, please shoot that like button at light speed. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by clicking the links in the description. And you can check out my last video, a look back at the good and bad of 2016 for the Star Wars community, if you just click on the thumbnail. You can also watch my list on the top 10 best battles. Until we meet again in a galaxy far, far away, this has been StarGeek.